Hello, my name's Adam. I lead musical walking tours for the London Walks walking tour company. And this is my back pages, the music book vlog. The question I'm asked most often on my musical walking tours is this: can you recommend a good book? The short answer, yes. The longer answer will form this vlog. I'm appointing myself the rock and roll librarian, if you like, and episode by episode I'm going to point you in the direction of great reading matter. I'm going to begin here in episode 1 with a book written by Andrew Loog Oldham, the former manager of the Rolling Stones. Well, a book. 2 books in actual fact. Part 1, the aptly titled Stoned, and part 2, the inevitably titled Too Stoned. Andrew Loog Oldham was born in 1944 in North London. He became the second manager of the Rolling Stones and the manager who took them to infamy. Stoned deals with Loog Oldham's early years in Hampstead, his emergence onto the London scene as a window dresser for Mary Quant, and acts as a great overture for the main opera. The action in Too Stoned picks up around the time that the Rolling Stones begin to take off, begin their period of initial infamy. And if they were merely tales of drunkenness and cruelty, they would be entertaining enough. But the way that Loog Oldham conveys his tale is paramount. He's almost like some English post-war Damon Runyon, unfolding picaresque tales with great glee. The coup de théâtre of the whole thing is that he occasionally steps aside and lets someone else have a say. In fact, the opening line of the initial volume, Stoned, tells us, signals, that's exactly what he intends to do. There are 3 sides, he opens. There are 3 sides to every story. Yours, mine, and the truth. And in a quest to put all 3 sides of the story, he puts his side and then steps aside to allow other voices. A Greek chorus of swinging London superstars, Pete Townsend, chimes in, giving sometimes contradictory versions of the story because, famously, if you can remember the 60s, you were not there. That's what the old cliche tells us. But what Loog Oldham can't remember is fleshed out by his colleagues, his friends, and his adversaries from time to time. It's a thrilling tale. I'm going to venture that you probably won't buy this book for your sainted white-haired old mother for Christmas, unless, of course, your mother's hair is white from peroxide and she thinks that sherry is a breakfast wine, in which case, bring her along on the rock and roll London walk. She sounds like a lot of fun. But if you wanted one single volume on 1960s London, free from self-aggrandisement and self-hagiography, if you want a story in one volume of the highs and the very highs of 1960s London, this is the book for you. Too Stoned by Andrew Loog Oldham. Now, given that this vlog is inspired by a walking tour, I am going to round off every episode by pointing you toward a London location from the book. Now, you can either come and join me on the Rock and Roll London Walk to have a look at these locations, or you can go and do it under your own steam. Some of the locations will feature on the walk. Some of the locations that I bring up here will be out with the route of the walk. The one I'd like to choose here is in Denmark Street. Denmark Street, the former home of the music business in this country, London's very own Tin Pan Alley. And I'd like to point you towards Regent Sound. Regent Sound these days, as we speak here, is a guitar shop, although great changes are happening in Denmark Street. But for the moment, Regent Sound is a guitar shop named for the studio that once occupied the site, and it's the studio where the Rolling Stones recorded their very first album, with Andrew Loog Oldham producing. Now, his production skills, well, Mac from the Small Faces, keyboard player from the Small Faces, once said that Andrew Loog Oldham could not produce a burp after a pint of beer. So maybe production wasn't his strong suit, but he made the Rolling Stones' first album with the Young Stones in 1964 at Regent Sound Studios in Denmark Street, London, WC2. The closest tube station is Tottenham Court Road. I do hope you can join me again next time. If you have any recommendations, drop me a line. You can keep in touch. There's the address at the bottom of the screen there. You can follow me on Twitter, and of course you can join me on a walking tour. Private bookings are also available. Get in touch. Thanks for watching.